Good evening, or good morning, or afternoon, wherever it may be time-wise that you are listening to this audio presentation. I wanted to do a few brief updates. I had put out 2 videos on May 17th, 2022, and one of them was called "This is for Your Safety," and the other video was called "Your Life May Depend on It, Life Hacks, Safety, and Self-Awareness." Now today is Thursday, May 25th, 2023, 10 months later. So I'm going to go over 2 recent events that happened to me. A few days ago, I got an email from an organization I work with giving me what I call newsletter updates. Anyway, they suggested to everyone in the organization to basically go to the irs.gov website and sign up for what you call an IP pin, and I will explain briefly what that is. So if you go to www.irs.gov, you can, if you can't find it with a link, you can go in the search bar on their website and type in IP PIN. That's IP space PIN, PIN. Anyway, what they were saying was normally if you have identity theft, or you were normally the only type of person, if you had identity theft, that could sign up for an IP PIN. And what an IP PIN does for you is that they will issue you a number that you have to file taxes. And without that number, your tax filing will not be accepted by the IRS. Now, how does this help you? It prevents fraudulent activity with anyone trying to put in any claims against your Social Security number, and this can be very helpful if someone is doing fraud activity under your identity. So I wanted to put out this additional information for people in addition to the 2 videos I already created. So again, all you have to do is go to www.irs.gov and type in the search there, IP space PIN, and you will have to be able to create an ID.me account. It will walk you through. If you just read the instructions, it will walk you through what you need to do. If you have a government issued ID, it shouldn't be too difficult to do if you already have an account with ID.me, or you can do it by setting an account up, or there may be other ways that they can validate who you are. And then you will be issued an ID number that will, what I call, rotate on a yearly basis. So you will always have to log in and get that new ID number. Once you get your ID number, which is your Identity Protection Pin, or IP PIN, what you need to do is print out the page and secure it along with any tax records you have. And this is what you need to remember about your IP PIN. You must use the IP PIN on all federal income tax returns, 1040 and 1040 PRSS, and any delinquent returns filed during the current calendar year, and in this case 2023, since it's 2023. Don't reveal your IP PIN to anyone other than your tax preparer. You cannot use your IRS IP PIN on a state income tax return. New IP PINs are generated each year and can be retrieved from the IP PIN application in early January each year. You will not receive an IP PIN notice. So you have to have your IP PIN once you sign up for it, and it will change yearly before you can even file federal tax return. Now, again, this just gives you further protection. There's a reason I'm bringing this up. I've mentioned before, make sure you secure, freeze, and lock all 3 credit bureaus for your Social Security number: TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And any credit cards that you have, keep them frozen or locked unless you're going to use them. And after you use them, make sure you freeze them up again so nobody can use them. And I'm going to spin right into this now and what happened to me today, actually. So I have a credit card. I do not need to go into which one it is. And I have alerts set up on the credit card. I have alerts set up to the point that even if $1 tries to go through on any transaction, I get an automatic notification. I suggest setting up those alerts. Now, I had unfrozen my credit card to make some purchases, and I only had $13 left in credit. So I decided to take and test a theory of mine. I took the $13 and loaded up that $13 to pay for something online. That being said, once I did that, it brought me to the point where I had $0 available for credit. Now, under those circumstances, normally when I'm done making any purchase, I will call and make sure I refreeze that credit card right away. I don't play around. I open it quick and close it quick. I don't talk about when I'm going to do that to anyone. Well, at 1:29 p.m. today, well, I was taking a nap because I haven't been sleeping too well. Someone tried to make a purchase. Merchant info over here, it's something called RECICL Home, and I went to look them up, and it looks like something to deal with travel or the like. I talked to my credit card company, and they said it was some type of transaction made at the website for Expedia.com for travel purposes. For now, the amount declined was $1, so I think somehow the card was being tested of how much was available. Now, I did try to go to the police and file a police report, but the police do not get involved unless you actually lose money. Since I had no credit available, the amount was declined even for $1. So I didn't lose any money. But what that tells me is I couldn't even have my credit card open for 2 days. These people were right on top of me. For some reason, somehow, I haven't done anything wrong to anybody. Number one. Number two, I do not normally carry credit cards with me. I've actually had my computer fully scanned by technicians. There is no spyware, malware, Trojan rootkits, or anything. And the websites I went to are reputable, normal websites where I make my monthly payments where they need to be made. I did not visit anything unusual. So, that being said, my credit card company is going to be informing, if they have not already, Expedia. I told my credit card company I want to see these people put away in prison. That being said, and I will go back to saying what I said to my audience previously, especially the ones who have listened to me in the past on this. make sure that you keep your credit cards locked. In regards to your bank account, my bank has a lock on it too, and no one can touch my bank account either because I have what they call a red flag on it, meaning you simply cannot even go in the bank and transact. You can't use the ATM with it. I set it up that way for my own protection because I keep having people with these scammers, whoever they are, attacking me. Could be anyone. It's kind of a moot point. The reason I'm sharing this information with you is to help protect other people. Since I've been through this, I can tell you my experience and suggest what I feel you should do as precautions so you do not also encounter the same problems I have. I kind of had a chuckle because I wanted to see, thought, I'll take it down to 0 and let me see how long I can keep my card open before someone tries to pounce on me. Well, it didn't take long. It was less than 2 days. It was less than 48 hours. So like I said, it goes back to if you're going to use a credit card to make a purchase, you unfreeze real quick, unlock real quick, and then right after you're done doing the transaction, relock it. I don't care if you have to call 20 times a day. I don't care if you feel like they're getting tired of hearing you. This is for your own protection. Now, I think, yes, it says $1 decline. However, I think what it is they do the initial just to see if the card's active or whatever. And I probably would have gotten charged thousands of dollars because we're dealing with travel. Who knows how much it would have been. However, I'm going to have the last laugh on these people because like I told my credit card company, I want them to not only contact Expedia, but I also want them to try to see these people put in prison where they belong. You know, it's one thing, theft alone like that is bad, but what is even worse is when you're stealing from someone who doesn't have any money. And let me just say this. What I am about to tell you is not something I'm going to say because I'm looking for pity, but I am going to say this. I am a disabled veteran. I served in the Army for 5.5 years that I gave my life. I have medical disability that I incurred while I was in the service. And had I not been in the service, I wouldn't be in the medical situation I'm in now. And I'm not going to go into what that is. And what I do is I do try to help people, whatever the case might be. If I'm able, in regards to warning you of a problem I see, or steps that you can take to prevent that. So even though this video may seem a little drawn out and long for the few things I covered, let me just say real quick. www.irs.gov. Go get your IP PIN to further protect yourself so nobody files fraudulent taxes and it goes against you and causes more identity theft problems. And also make sure that if you do have a credit card or bank account that you keep those things frozen and locked. Don't ever give out your information if you don't have to. For me, I had everything scanned prior to this. I don't have things like viruses, malwares, Trojans, and all that, or rootkits, or anything like that. I don't hover over inadvertently innocent-looking ads. I don't do any of that, okay? Very, very careful. But even for someone like me, who is very, very careful, seems like there are people out there that are just ready to pounce on my back, even for a measly buck, okay? So, keep an eye on yourself. And when you're going places, make sure you're not staring at your phone and that while you're walking. You should be aware of your environment and your surroundings, no matter where you are, what time of day. Again, people tend to think, oh, well, the credit card theft will only happen at night. This happened at 1:29 p.m., 13:29 hours today, in the middle of the day. You tell me. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now. Sorry that it's a little long and drawn out, but I wanted to explain that, and I wanted to make sure I got this out today. Well, it was fresh in my mind because a lot of times I don't use notes. I just talk to you like you're right here. But I wanted to let you know. I hope everyone has a good weekend and Memorial Day weekend. And I honestly hope that none of you ever have to go through half the crap I've been through in my life. That's all I have for you. Take care and God bless each one of you. I'm out.